You're listening to Herbal Marie, a podcast with ways to feel better and be well. Today we are talking about the tarot card Knight of Wands. The featured herb that we are going to get to know better is Aconite. And right on this card, in parentheses, on the actual card, it says poisonous herb. But there is a glorious knight with his wand slung over his shoulder, and he's walking the lands. And Aconite is in the forefront, and he looks pretty solid. He looks pretty secure. So this is essentially, in my research with the Knight of Wands, the knight in shining armor card. Like the whole essence of whatever you think, whatever your belief system is about the knight in shining armor, the Knight of Wands, is that. It's someone who is passionate to make a change. And yes, charging ahead is the vibe, making things happen, not just sitting there. Knights in shining armor, they charge ahead, make things happen, be passionate, be bold, be charismatic, and actively demonstrating what you believe in. So yes, you're the knight in shining armor today. You're the Knight of Wands. So when you get the Knight of Wands in your reading upright, it's a message for you to go for it. Go for it. Seize the day, seize the idea, seize the project, go forth, take charge, get moving, just start. Go on an adventure. Step up to the plate, get in there, and play the game. So that's the encouraging Knight of Wands. Reversed, not so, you're not doing so good. You're kind of stumbling off your horse if it's reversed. You're feeling discouraged. Maybe it's someone in your life that is disruptive or discouraging. I don't know, maybe a teenager. So take a stop, take a step back, halt, right? Get out of the saddle, get off the damn horse, and rethink your plan. So maybe remove yourself from the situation or disengage. But yeah, when you get the Knight of Wands reversed, yeah, you are stumbling off your horse a little bit. So give the horse some space. You know what I'm saying? All right. So page 155 in The Spirit of Herbs by Michael Tierra and Candace Canton, A Guide to the Herbal Tarot, says that Aconitum napellus says warning, poison. Okay, that's what it says in this book because it has to. It has to tell you that. Air of fire. So a lot of times you will see aconite in homeopathic remedies. And so, you know, homeopathy, they're using tiny, teeny, weeny, tiny, minute doses of the plants and stuff that they use. All right, so let's move forward. Let's charge forward with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands represents the expanding and volatilizing aspect of fire. He is an armored, hot-blooded warrior ready to take on a cause vigorously. If a woman draws the card, the Knight of Wands would be most like the character Brunhilde in Wagner's Ring Circle, an enthusiastic female warrior whose exuberant personality tends to align with and champion various causes. Touché. The Knight of Wands is bold and unafraid to act quickly and with great courage. He must guard against becoming too macho and insensitive. Such an individual does best when he directs his competitive spirit to overcoming personal shortcomings and limitations rather than trying to dominate and control others who are of a more yielding nature. If he is at all intelligent, he will learn for himself the power or simplicity of yielding. It would be better for his life expression, however, if he could learn this sooner rather than later, for then he could direct his boundless energy and will to personal spiritual growth and service to others. All right, so with all cards with all things, there are lessons to be learned. Even with the Knight of Wands, even a knight in shining armor is still on their journey of learning of the self. So what's up with this poisonous plant, aconite? Let's go into the spiritual properties first. This herb may be carried as a talisman to maximize potential and overcome indifference and apathy. It will stimulate the fire within and help one to move out of fixed conditions. So it's a very pretty flower. Wolfsbane, I think is what the gardeners would call it. So medicinally, aconite, also known as monkshood, is one of the deadliest plant poisons known. I mean, I think it's the stuff that they used on the tips of arrows. Where's my history buffs? It is taken either in a minute homeopathic dose or in a specially prepared and detoxified form called Fuzi, Fuzi, that is used in traditional Chinese medicine. It has a different Latin name though. It's like Aconitum praeparatum. I'm stuck on this word. Aconitum praeparatum. Okay, so that's Chinese medicine. It is the most yang herb and the most powerful metabolic stimulant known. It is used for coldness, low metabolism, and arthritic and rheumatic complaints. Usually it's combined with other complementary herbs such as ginger, cinnamon, atractoloids, and licorice root. All right, so disclaim out the wazoo. I would definitely hope you do your own research with everything and anything, but especially this. It does. I've heard even some people say don't touch the plant. That's, that's what you hear, right? But here's what the dose and preparation says in this book. A talisman of the herb may be worn, or a meditation may be practiced with the herb or with the card, just with your tarot card. Envision the warming, stimulating energy flowing through you and allow the exuberant energy to fill you. Use this energy to overcome personal blocks and limitations. For medicinal use, take homeopathically in the 3rd to 30th potency for all conditions caused by a shock to the system. When taken frequently, every half hour from 1 to 6 doses, it is often very effective in preventing a cold or flu from developing. It seems to rally the body's defenses against external pathogenic factors. It is also good to take after an emotional shock to prevent a more chronic sickness from developing. So prepared aconite is made by neutralizing the deadly poisonous alkaloids through a traditional process evolved by the Chinese. In this form, it is quite harmless for those individuals who might benefit from its use. It is usually in special combinations. One should, however, not take more than 1/2 to 1 gram once or twice a day. It is contradicted for individuals who complain of excessive heat and or constipation. So a homeopathic essence of the prepared root is similarly taken no more than 1 drop daily. All right, so if aconite, you're not quite comfortable with it, but you still like the idea of what its constitutes are, its herbal allies are cayenne or black pepper, ginger, cloves, galangal. So there are other things that are not so poisonous. Okay, hooray. So anyways, the Knight of Wands. I mean, honestly, we were all excited about this knight in shining armor, thinking he's like perfect and everything, and then it turns out he's poisonous. All right, so the key words with the Knight of Wands: determination, dominance, conquest, zeal, willful intention, and crusader. So yeah, as you're doing your readings and stuff, the Knight of Wands can represent a person or a direction in your life, right? Okay, so Moving to the end of the Knight of Wands. Listen to this affirmation. However it may manifest, I have universal power at my command, and I can and do make a difference. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So sometimes maybe it takes a little bit of a poisonous personality to get things done. However it may manifest, I have universal power at my command, and I can and do make a difference. That was kind of bashful for the Knight of Wands. However it may manifest, I have universal power at my command, and I can and do make a difference. One more time, because it's so good. However it may manifest, I have universal power at my command, and I can and do make a difference. And so it is.